Good evening, I'm Sarah Janjua with the news headlines. Lockerbie is remembering those killed in the tragedy almost 25 years on. A series of ceremonies will take place tomorrow to mark the anniversary. Thousands of families living in severe poverty are a little better off this Christmas thanks to a Save the Children scheme. It provides essential items to those struggling to make ends meet. We're back at 11:30. Bye for now. Good evening, I'm Sarah Janjua with the news headlines from Edinburgh. Scotland doesn't have enough powers to tackle inequality, according to a new report that also says the powers that independence would bring will have only a small impact on tackling the gap between rich and poor. The Scottish Government welcomed the study, saying it shows more powers are needed. A campaign's been launched to encourage more bars to offer smaller glasses of wine. It's hoped the move will help bring down the number of alcohol-related illnesses. Plans to extend Edinburgh's controversial bus lane cameras are being considered by the City Council. It's part of a revamp of the capital's transport system. Edinburgh Council is seeking the public's views on guidelines for holding events in the most popular public parks across the city, including Leith Links, the Meadows and Princes Street Gardens. We're back with another update during Scotland Tonight. Good evening, I'm Sarah Janjua. The Chief Executive of the Shell Oil Company says he wants Scotland to remain part of the UK. Ben Van Beurden made his comments in London last night. Shell invests more than £1 billion every year in the North Sea. Makeup made from paint stripper and slimming pills containing rat poison are among the hordes of fake goods seized by police in Scotland. The shocking findings come as a major conference takes place in Edinburgh calling for a crackdown on counterfeit goods. The mother of Mikael Kular was allowed out of jail to see her son's body. Rosedeep Kular is on remand at Corton Vale after being accused of murdering the toddler. The visit is understood to have taken place on Tuesday, the day before he was laid to rest. The number of houses sold across Edinburgh, Fife and the Lothians has shot up in the past 3 months. Figures from the ESPC show a rise of 90%. We're back during Scotland Tonight. Bye for now. Good evening, I'm Sarah Janjua with the news headlines from Edinburgh. The UK Government has accused the SNP of publishing an uncosted series of pledges in its Independence White Paper. Treasury officials say they have not said how they will find £1.6 billion to help them introduce new policies. Inmates in Edinburgh Prison don't spend enough time doing purposeful jobs, according to the Chief Inspector of Prisons. The time spent on activities is far less than the average across Scotland. The Scotch whisky industry has urged the UK Government to scrap the automatic annual increase in tax. It says it's being unfairly penalised because the alcohol duty escalator has been abolished for beer, but not whisky. An astronaut whose singing rocketed him to fame touched down in Edinburgh. Commander Chris Hadfield visited pupils at Liberton High School who were over the moon to meet him. We're back with another update during Scotland Tonight. Good evening. The mother of 3-year-old Mikael Kular has appeared in court charged with his murder. Rosedeep Adekoya appeared from custody at Edinburgh Sheriff Court this afternoon. The chairman of Heriot Watt University in Edinburgh has defended the decision to award its principal a 24% pay rise, despite fellow staff being offered just 1%. We're back with another update during Scotland Tonight. Good evening. Lawyers for a mentally ill Edinburgh man who's been sentenced to death for blasphemy in Pakistan say he needs urgent treatment. The legal team for Mohammed Ashgar have visited him for the first time. The mother of Mikael Kular has made a second court appearance charged with her son's murder. Rosedeep Adekoya was remanded in custody and the case will go before a jury by June. We're back with another update during Scotland Tonight. Bye for now. Good evening. The 3 main unionist parties have said they would veto Scottish Government plans for a currency union in the event of a yes vote. Police officers in riot gear were called out in Edinburgh this morning after a grandmother died in a garden beside her home. The specialist team joined a large police presence in the Clermiston area of the city. We're back during Scotland Tonight. Bye for now. Good evening. The Scottish and UK governments have conflicted over plans to keep the currency union in the event of a yes vote. The Chancellor George Osborne is expected to rule out the proposal in Edinburgh tomorrow. Councillors will vote tomorrow on Edinburgh's budget with millions of pounds of cuts earmarked for the next 4 years. Protests are expected outside the city chambers. Bye for now. Good evening, I'm Sarah Janjua with the news headlines from Edinburgh. The Chief Executive of Edinburgh Council has told STV News it will do everything in its power to avoid a repeat of the accident which killed 12-year-old Keane Wallace-Bennett. A man is to go on trial charged with murdering missing 5 teenager Hazel North and hiding her body in a park. 25-year-old John Davis allegedly assaulted the 19-year-old from Dunfermline and struck her on the head and body at his home in Kilmarnock. The risks of independence outweigh the benefits, according to one of the country's leading businessmen. The chief executive of the Weir Group made the claims today as his company published analysis into the challenges an independent Scotland would face. Good evening, I'm Sarah Janjua. Both sides of the referendum debate have used St George's Day to issue pleas. David Cameron asked Scotland to remain united with England, and Alex Salmond has said the ties which bind the countries would continue in the event of a yes vote. A taxi driver has told a murder trial how he heard a gunshot on an Edinburgh street. The witness was giving evidence at the trial of 7 men who deny murdering Mohammed Abdi in Duddingston last May. A man's appeared in court charged with intending to commit an act of terrorism after explosives were found in an Edinburgh flat. Fidra Court in the Muirhouse area was evacuated on Friday night. Faris Al-Khoury made no plea nor declaration and has been remanded in custody. And Annie Murray made an emotional visit to his hometown today to receive the freedom of Stirling. He said he was proud to come from Dunblane during a ceremony held at his former high school. We're back during Scotland Tonight. Good evening, I'm Sarah Janjua with the news headlines from Edinburgh. Celebrity campaigner Esther Ranson has called on Scotland to stop treating its elderly like they're past their sell-by date. The founder of a helpline for lonely elderly people made the call during a visit to the Scottish Parliament. The Justice Secretary has come under attack at First Minister's questions today after the Scottish Government announced controversial plans to scrap corroboration would be delayed.